Hello, welcome. This is my second video on more, not quite advanced techniques. They sort of are. They're more tips, techniques, and strategies to try to solve the Rubik's Cube just a little bit quicker using the beginner's method of going layer by layer. There's kind of 7 steps to it. We'll do the white cross, then we put the white corners into place, then we put the center edges in place, do the yellow cross on the other side, get the edge colors lined up on the yellow cross, put the corners in place on the yellow side, and then spin the corners if they need it to the right orientation. So it's 7 steps. It seems like a lot. So some of these little tips will help make that go a little bit quicker and make your decisions a little bit faster, so you don't have to spend so much time like I used to of looking constantly at all the edges and trying to figure out what's what. But hopefully some of these will help you and solve the Rubik's Cube just a little bit faster, and hopefully you can get it in at least about a minute or so. So good luck. When starting out, and I usually start with the white side, it's just easier to see whites and yellows as opposite sides. Most beginners start with the white side too. Um, it can be actually pretty easy to put these into place because you realize that anything that's on the side, all you got to do is roll it up and to put it into place. And this blue one will just roll up. So we'll start out, we see this one's got red on it, so we're going to match it up with the red side. This one is blue, which is over here. So all we got to do is move this edge where we can just roll this blue up to it. And you can do it either way, but I'm going to roll around this way, so it just rolls up into place. And then I'll put these back, so now you can still see those are lined up. And for this orange to roll up into place, this is orange over here. I'm just going to turn it sideways, roll that orange into place, and then put it back. So now orange is lined up. And the last one is right here, this green. It's on the same side as green, so all I have to do is just roll it into place. And now my white cross is done. I can turn it upside down and start working on those corners. If a white one was up here, like say this, depending on where it was, all I have to do is match the side color, green, and then do a 180. So now we know the white cross is done, and we can go into step 2, which is putting the white corners into place. One of the tips of putting the corners in quicker is when you're doing the white cross side first. So now we got to put the corners in. So just look at the side color, and once that's matched up, then you just do either left hand or right hand rule to put that in. Here's another one with white on the left side and match the side color. And they drop in real quick. Here's one where I'm going to put the right corner in on the bottom down here. White's on the right, but I see this corner edge piece in here that's the same color. I don't want to mess that up because it takes too many steps to put it back in. What you can do is move this top one out of the way first to where you can still see the white sticker. If the white sticker was on this side, I would have moved it over here where I would have still been able to see it. So move it out of the way. Do comment number 1, right hand rule, and then put this one back. And now when you put it in with the right hand rule, that edge piece right there is maintained. So to see that again, move top one where you can still see the white sticker. If it was over here, I'd have to do on the left side first. So I don't want to mess this corner up here. And I'm going to take this one out, move this back over into place, and then put it back in. And now the edge piece is still there, and saved a lot of moves doing that. Here's one where the white is on the right side. So I'm, again, just matching up the side color here. Don't even really have to look at the other side, just the edge color. And since the white was on the right, I'm going to do the right hand rule to drop that in. Here's a similar one where red and green edge is there, and I need to put this piece down here. White is on the left, so I'm going to move it out of the way so I still see the right white sticker. Take that one out, put the red back over it, and they both drop in there, and we don't mess that up and have to put it in again later. Save a lot of moves. If the white is on the top, instead of one of the two sides, find the corner where it goes into, and instead of doing, in this case, maybe the right-hand rule 3 times, combination number 1, we can go turn the top twice. So now the green's matched up here, and it just drops right in. You don't have to do the top 3 times. So it's just slightly more than 2. I don't know if you're saving a lot of time, but sometimes that's just quicker, is to get it on the side and then drop it in. So to see that again, it's on the top. So I'm going to go right side back, top, top, down, over. So now white's on the side. So I can just do a regular combo number 1 with the right hand to drop it right in. Sometimes that's a little bit quicker to do. So here's one where I want to put the corner in and it's on top. And normally you could do the right hand combination 3 times to put it down here. A lot of times you got to watch out for this guy. It actually preserves this, this edge piece here if you do the right hand rule 3 times as you normally would. It put it back in there. You wouldn't want to do that shortcut otherwise. On the step when you're doing the white corners at the second step of the process, if you have to pull this white corner out so that you can reposition it, be sure to do it from the side the white is facing. So if it's facing the left like this, I'm going to pull it out this way. Otherwise, white would be on top and it would take more steps to get back in, right? So now I'm just matching up the side color and dropping that right in. Match the side color, drop that right in. So this one goes here. Drops that one right in. Here's one you might like that I tend to run into ever so often, where you've got one corner and you just need to flip this piece right here. Normally you would need to take it out or put another one in its place, which is a right hand, left hand side of combo number 1, right hand, left hand rule, and then put it in the right spot, usually spin it around, and then do a right hand, left hand rule to put it right back in. That can take a lot of moves and a lot of switching back and forth. There's a quicker way to do it by doing this. Go right, U2, R prime, one more U, and then do that again. We do it 2 times. It moved it back to here, so we'll do it a second time. R, U2, and you can do it with either hand, R prime, U. And it puts this piece right back here. Now we got to just put it back in. So again, same green sides, and it puts it back in. And now this piece is flipped. So just see that again. And if you're more comfortable using the left hand, you can do that. So you can go R, because U2, it doesn't matter which hand you do it with or which fingers. R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, U, and then put this corner back in. So let me do this one more time for you. Flipped. So I use that one a lot. This is a pretty cool little trick here too that I've actually run into a couple times, and so it did come in very useful. Just like we were talking about bringing out an edge earlier and swapping it, in this case, we've got two edges, and you can see that like it's all green on this side. It's just the orange side should be over here and the red side should be over here. There's a very quick, easy way to swap those two without having to pull out each edge, which takes several sets of moves, and then to try to get it back in and all that stuff. Just do this. It's pretty easy. Doing R2, U2, R2, U2, R2. And now these two corners have flip spaces. I'll do that again. R2, U2, R2, U2, R2. So now you can see these two corners have swapped places again. I'm sorry, corners, edges. And that does it real quick. And that will definitely speed up your solve quite a bit if you have that situation. If you're about to drop this edge piece in, but you see another piece is lined up, the edge piece that goes there, it's best to drop them both in together. And the easiest way to do that is move this around past where it goes, turn the side up, roll it into place, and then back down. Now both of those are in there, and you don't have to worry about putting that piece in there again later with a whole lot of extra steps. So whenever you see two together like that, drop them in together at the same time. Save you a lot of steps. This is from when you're working on the yellow cross, assuming you started on the white side, and that's on bottom. And when you have the single dot in the middle, you don't have the line, you don't have the angle. We do the normal algorithm where you do the front over to the side, and then you do the right-hand rule and then put the front back. And normally to keep doing that, you would have to put this angle in the upper left. But when it's like this, as soon as I'm done with doing that first side, I know I'm going to have to do it one more time. I go right into moving the second two layers, the right-hand rule, and then putting those two layers back. So then I get the yellow cross. So you're going to have to do it twice. Just do it relatively quickly from a dot. Move the front, right-hand rule, put the front back, and then just go right into moving the front two layers, right-hand rule, and then put those back. And you'll get the yellow cross pretty quickly. Here's a case when we're working on the cross, we're trying to match up the outside edge colors, that the two colors that match up are going to be opposite, which means we're going to have to do combination number 2 twice, right? But to do it quicker without even having to think about, keep having to look at all the sides to see if they're matched up. If we do combination number 2, and then do a U prime, and then do it again, if you'll notice, all the edge colors on that yellow cross are matched up. And by doing that, I don't even have to look. I just know it's going to be done, and I can go on to the next step of getting the corner edge pieces in. Start out with the two matching sides opposite, and do combination number 2, do a U prime, and do it again, and you're done. Just start looking for the next corners. So when you're doing the corners, putting those into place, you see this one's in the right spot. And you only have to look at these two. You don't have to look at all of them. Just look at these two. Once this one's in the right spot, if this does not have either of the side colors, you only have to do combination number 3 once. And that's into place. So again, I'm only looking at these two. I don't have to look at those. They're all going to fall into place. Now, doing the step where we're getting the corners in the right places, we see this one's in the right place like it was a moment ago, and this one's not. So if if I did it the way we normally would with the right side first, we'd have to do it at least twice to get this to roll around properly. But since one of these two colors is the same as this side color, I'm going to start with the solved one on the front left and do the left side first, and then only have to do it once. So I just did it once, and now all the corners are in the right place, and I don't even have to stop and look. I don't have to do it twice. I just know it's done. And I can go on to the next step. So I'll show you that last one again, just so you see. This corner is in the right spot. This one is not, so I don't have to look at the others. I know the other three are out, but this has one of the same side colors as one of the side pieces up here. So I'm going to start with it on my left and start with the left side first. Now all the corners are in the right spot without even having to stop and look, and I just go on to the last step. Here's another example of doing step 6, where we're getting the corners in the right spots. This one is the right colors. This one is not. And it does have one of the same side colors. So I'm going to start with it in my left. Start with the left side first. And all of them are in the right spot. So in the very last step, when we have to just rotate these around to get them in the right spot, if it's facing the right side, I have to do that right hand rule twice. If it's facing the left side, if I start with the top, it rolls right in 2 steps. If it's on the right side, I start with the right side first. If it's on the left side, I start with the top first. And voila. So that's a new one to do, is if it's on the right side, do the right hand rule, start with the right side. But if it's on the left, like this, start with the top first, top, side, back. And then you only have to do it twice instead of 4 times. Okay, for the final tip is to do kind of a look ahead, trying to determine what's there, like that. That gets those 2 in there, and then this one, boom, orange and the red. So we have the white cross. So I start looking for these corners, matching up the side edges. As soon as I see them, I start looking for those right away. So we get the corner edges, boom, all right. Get that guy. So then we're going to do the edges. Anything that doesn't have yellow in the top, right? We know that they have to go on the edges. So we start looking for anything without the yellow. So like in this case, I went the wrong way. So I'm already trying to look for the other ones here. And like this one, they catch my eye real quick because they don't have the yellow in them. And so we start trying to drop all those into place. Blue and red, and I think that got all those. So we got the first 2 layers. So now as we try to do the yellow cross, have the yellow cross. Now we just got to match up the side colors, and there's the 2 opposites. Don't have to turn that. So we have the yellow cross. So now we put the corners in place, and we see those are done. Yellow's on the left side, yellow's on the right side. So you just try to look ahead and try not to pause too much as you're looking for the next step in the sequence to do, and that helps you quite a bit, actually. Speed up your time somewhat. So hopefully all these tips and techniques helped, and good luck.